No. So like one thing that really I wanted to ask you about, because I feel like it's a unique point for you, is like you started very much as a musician, right? You started on keys and then you went saxophone, right? And you're just like basically a monster as a musician.
Thank you.
But then you come into this like artist thing, and I'm wondering what the relationship between like the technical side of you and the artist side of you is, and like is there ever like a tension or like a push pull between those two things?
Definitely, especially earlier on, bro, because
Facts.
like, so I grew up in like a church environment
Right.
where like it was heavy gospel Christian.
Yeah.
Like,
Those motherfuckers are the best musicians in the world, bro. I will stand by that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So growing up there, like, was definitely a big perk. But once I found out later on in life that I wanted to go down the hip hop route, it was a whole lot of tension, bro. Especially with my family and shit. Like, I was torn because I was fucking playing piano and saxophone all these years. Like, my mom had it in her mind. Like, my parents, they're like, he's going to school for jazz conservatory. Like, there's no question about it, right? And here I am in my senior year about to start submitting the Common App, and I'm like, actually, I want to go to school for music production. Like, I don't want to do jazz.
Damn.
Like, and my mom was looking at me like, what? What are you talking about? Like, where'd that come from? And honestly, like, it really just comes down to me appreciating, like, creating my own art. Like, I was being an appreciator of like everyone else's art for all these years, playing all of these classical songs, these jazz songs, right, that weren't mine. And I appreciated it, and I appreciated the art form. But then when I discovered like making beats and producing and writing my own lyrics and telling a story, it was like, bro, like there's no, me personally, that's like what completed me.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
As a musician, I didn't feel 100% complete as a saxophonist, as a pianist. And then even when I was just making beats, cause I had like a whole era, I was just doing beats, and it still felt like it wasn't, you know, complete, my artistry. And I felt that completion for real when I made my first song and started doing all that stuff. And I told my mom, like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt.
That's crazy.
I totally relate to that too. It's an interesting pipeline, because I feel like I almost envy the people that have no technical knowledge or ability and just came in as artists, because I feel like they're always just like, they see things so much differently.
Yeah, they're not limited, bro. I be telling Andrew that, bro. That motherfucker, Andrew, you're not fucking limited, bro. For real, bro. Like, he'll just do this off-kilter ass shit that in my mind doesn't even make musical sense.
Like how you're trying to like do math equations in your head.
Exactly.
But
that's Mac too, bro. Same.
Those are the two people that were
Mac,
in my mind when I was thinking about that 100%.
Didn't he come into school not knowing any theory or any technical knowledge, and he's just like
Mac Anderson?
Yeah.
He's also talented as fuck too.
So talented, bro. Visionary as well.
So how'd your mom like take that news like first year in college?
She was kind of just letting me do my own thing, honestly, and I respected her for that. She was kind of trying to keep it low key, like she didn't want the church to know I was like making hip hop and shit.
Sure.
But freshman year in Purchase was definitely a huge learning experience for me, just because coming out of my high school, I was the only one making beats. I was the only one doing that shit.
Of course.
So like I had a big head coming into college. I was like, man, no one's fucking with me. Like no one. I didn't know anyone that was doing that shit.
Sure.
And then like within the first week, bro, I met fucking Zetra, fucking Alegba, Eli, like all these motherfuckers. I'm like, yo, I got put on my ass real fucking quick, bro.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, like I actually have a whole lot to learn.
Yep.
Like especially like mixing, bro. Like I didn't even really know how to truly mix for real until like 2 years ago, honestly.
Damn.
Like 2-3 years ago. And like up until that point, I was just like throwing compressions to the wall and just seeing what fucking sounded good or not.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Like any plugins or whatever. But that first year, like that's when I got put onto like Waves and like FL and getting drum kits, bro. I didn't even know about drum kits. Like I was using like stock Logic sounds, bro.
Same.
Fucking chopping up the Apple loops and like dumb ass shit, bro. Like,
There's some fire shit though. If you dig deep.
If you dig deep. But like, yeah, I didn't know about any of that stuff. So it was just a huge learning curve that I was thankful to be able to conquer and meet the people that I met.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
When you went from playing jazz to production, what was the thing that inspired you to do that?
It's actually crazy, bro. This actually goes back to the skiing story.
Oh, it does.
Because that's how I even fucking discovered like making beats. Like, so long story short, I had that bad ski accident, like almost fucking died. That entire period, I had my mom's iPad. That was all I had.
Yeah.
And I saw this fucking guitar app on this shit called GarageBand.
Facts.
And I was like, what's this? And I click on it.
Worst mistake you ever
You know,
made.
oh fuck! Like,
Yeah, bro.
We all made that. We all made that
Purchase
mistake.
tuition later.
This canon event right there. Clicking that fucking app, bro.
literally, bro. And like that one app, like put me on to all of this, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because before that moment, it was just piano and saxophone, piano and saxophone. That's all I knew. And then, yeah, bro, I discovered that shit. Like, it started with me remaking songs that I liked. Like, it was like a payphone at the time, Stereo Hearts.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Remaking those, doing shitty remixes of those songs. And then,
That's how you get good and you learn.
yeah,
all the
that's how
skills,
you
bro.
get
That's
like
what
this.
I did too.
Yeah, it was like literally like sound dissection. Like, how did they get this snare sound? How did they get the kick to sound like this? Like trying to discover like sound designing. You know,
Sure,
I didn't
sure,
know
sure,
about
sure.
any of that stuff, and like that's how I really got my producer chops, and I really started to fuck with it. Like coming out of the hospital, and then I discovered that you can fucking record on that shit. I think I got GarageBand on like my laptop. And I like, y'all gonna laugh. I had like these Beats headphones with a little mic wire. I was like, go like rapping like that.
Like Xbox chat, bro. Yeah, bro.
I'm dead.
That's
like
it,
fucking
baby.
squeaker rapping, like
Humble
yo,
beginnings,
yo,
huh?
that's
Bro, that's fire.
And that's how I discovered all that, and it just grew and grew and grew. And I think I really started like recording my own stuff once I got Logic. I think I got Logic in like 10th grade,
Okay.
and that's when I discovered like a whole other realm of plugins. You can't really do all that stuff in GarageBand.
Right.
It's very,
You're
very
limited.
surface level.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when I discovered all of that. And I was just fucking around with Logic's plugins, Logic sounds. Then I get to college, I get put on the waves. And yeah, just kind of like little stepping stones, but it all started from the hospital thing. And I say this all the time, like if it wasn't for that accident, I probably wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing right now. Like
That's
I probably-
crazy.
Like everything happens for a reason, bro. I'm a
I was
firm believer.
gonna say you said that before
Yeah,
too, and
firm
I'm like,
believer.
now it
Yeah.
makes sense why that's like
Firm
a core
believer
value
of
of
that,
yours.
bro.
Yeah, absolutely,
I'll always
absolutely.
believe that shit.
I'm a firm believer in that too.
Yeah,
100%.
real
Of
talk,
course.
bro.